Hey all, Kurt Sasso here from TGT at Fan Expo Canada 2011. We're here with Sean Ward, master of all things Beatles, I do say, among other amazing comics here with Tomorrow Never Knows. How you doing today, Sean?
Oh, I'm doing so good, man. Fan Expo 2011 is doing it for me, no joke. It's been a great weekend. Met so many people, reacquainted with so many people, got some new stuff that people have been enjoying. So yeah, I've been having a great time.
Now, you're not here just as a comic creator, though. You're here as a master of the media with Hearth Television. How you doing with that?
Oh, that's great. We have an internet, a streaming internet TV studio. This is a Young and Bluer, and we got a roster of 5 shows, including my own, the Sean Ward Show. Hearth Night Light we got X-Connect, Code of Green Robots, all kinds of it. You see it all at Hearth.tv, and we also from Hearth Studios, Hearth Publishing is who's putting out the Beatles book, so it's all coming up Hearth this year.
Not in spades, but in Hearth there.
Exactly.
Now, tell us about Tomorrow Never Knows, because the Beatles are the quintessential rock band of the 60s, 70s. You know, they are the true revolutionary band when it comes to music.
Oh, big time. Well, it's not even just that they're revolutionary when it comes to music, it's that they're revolutionary when it comes to pop culture. And, I mean, it's now almost 50 years off of when they first touched down and Beatlemania officially started officially. It's almost 50 years later, and they're still the yardstick by which we measure success in the popular arts, right? It's always that question. They're famous? Yeah, but are they as famous as the Beatles were, right? It's still, that's still like the defining, like I said, that's the yardstick by which we measure it. So a lot of my creativity, being as big a Beatles fan as I am, and even, people think that it's a dichotomy, that I'm as into hip-hop as I am into Beatles, but I see a straight line through it all. And I see that there's that they've been they design so much of what's the template even now after the internet continues to change things as fast as it does. So there's something to that, and I want to get in there and find out why. And so I've put a lot of time over the last several years into getting in and trying to answer that question. So this book was an attempt to answer that question, but I mean, so was this one, right? Because it's just such a part of what I do. What the message was, the example of what can happen when you're truly dedicated to your craft and determined and goal-oriented. And so it's just something that I think that anybody in any walk of life can take a lot from. And if I can do a little book and help people get something from that story they didn't before, then all the better.
You know, Fan Expo Canada is the largest Canadian convention that we have here. We got the who's who from DC, Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
But you got the artist alley here full of indie creators like yourself, like the webcomic people, like artists that are just breaking into the scene. You know, what is it about this convention that truly draws everyone together?
Well, there's a couple of things. I think it's the fact that it's an institution. It really is. It's a really important part of like the fabric of what makes Toronto, Toronto. So it's got that going. That magnetizes a lot of the audience right there. But it's also the fact that it delivers year after year. The fact that we've got so many different subcultures represented and so well represented and harmoniously blended. The fact that the people who organize the show do a spectacular job. I mean, I've been coming here for a lot of years, and every year I take notice of the fact that the way they've designed the lines to flow and the way that they've designed movement to go around the room. I mean, nobody's ever perfect, nothing's perfect, but I do know that people put the show on. I see how good a job they do at fitting it all together, making it flow, making everybody feel like they're a part of it, right? I don't really get that there's any kind of like horror people go over there and sci-fi people go over there and comics people go over there. It just seems that there's a lot of celebration, and I think that's really what the lure of it is. It's an institution that has a reputation for just delivering that kind of like, that feeling of home for a lot of people who might not get it elsewhere. And so people can come here and be among their brethren and just go nuts over stuff, and and just that thing of bringing the communities together and getting those, the cross-pollination of ideas. You know what I mean? That's what's really great about coming to Fan Expo, and that's why I look forward to it every year.
Fan Expo is going to close down for the weekend. You're going to have last day, I hear you. But what personal experiences are you going to take away from this convention that you can share with the others?
Oh my goodness. Well, like I said, it was that sense of togetherness. I mean, the last couple of years, there's been a lot of scrutiny, a lot of media attention on this. And I've not seen that same media representation here, I guess, because the story, it was last year's hot story, just maybe this year's hot story. So I'm kind of glad of it because there's not any of that, like, hey, look at the geeks kind of thing going on here. It doesn't feel like. It really just feels like everybody's here to have a good time, to be together, to come together. And so that feeling of community, I think, is what stands out for me this year and what I'll take away from it going forward.
Love the fact that you're here, great comics and everything like that. Awesome personality as always. I'm going to let you go. You got a great traffic flow going here, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day over at Fan Expo.
That means a lot, man. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.